Here I have some learning check in order just to check if we had known just a little bit know يعني about it. Okay, select the correct name for each. HBr. Is it bromic acid? Is it bromous acid? Is it hydrobromic acid? It goes back. HBr, hydrobromic acid, like HCl, hydrochloric acid. H2CO3 from carbonate, 8 carbonic acid. Therefore, it is not hydrocarbonic acid. It's not carbonous acid. Mean carbonate, 8 to ic. Therefore, it's carbonic acid. Okay, the right one. HBRO, hypobromic acid or hypobromous acid or bromous acid? No, it is hypobromous acid. What about bases? Arrhenius bases, they neutralize the acid first. These are electrolytes, feel soapy and slippery, taste bitter or chalky and soapy. Okay, the pH is greater than 7. It turns the litmus paper blue. It turns the red to blue, and include baking soda, ammonia, and so. They produce ions in water. Look here, sodium hydroxide in water. I will have the ions of Na plus OH minus, whereas for the acid, I get the H plus, the hydronium, whereas here I do have the hydroxide ion. KOH, it gives me potassium plus OH minus. Calcium hydroxide, it's CaOH into 2. It gives me calcium plus 2OH, magnesium hydroxide, Mg plus 2OH, and ammonium hydroxide, it gives me the ammonium plus hydroxide. Therefore, the Arrhenius base produces a cation and an OH ion, the hydroxide, in an aqueous solution. Typical Arrhenius bases are named as hydroxide, lithium hydroxide, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, aluminum hydroxide, ALOH into 3. These are typical Arrhenius bases. Okay, what about antacids? We always hear about antacids, the medication that we use it in order to neutralize the extra stomach acid in our body. Okay, what are the common uses of antacids in order to relieve the symptoms of heartburn, indigestion, and the upset stomach? What do? They neutralize the extra acidity in the stomach, this one. What it could be bases, of course bases. Commercial antacids use a variety of chemicals such as sodium bicarbonate, NaHCO3, calcium carbonate, aluminum hydroxide, or magnesium hydroxide. These are antacids that are used in many commercial antacids in order to neutralize the extra acidity in the stomach. What about neutralization reaction? For example, in the lab, we use titration method in order to neutralize the acids and the bases, and at the end of the titration technique, we get a neutralized solution in which it's neither acid nor base. For example, here, if I start with vinegar, which is acetic acid CH3COOH, I just add to it sodium hydroxide. What do I get at the end of the titration? I'll get the salt of the acid, in which is a neutralized one, CH3COO, and A plus water. And this is the method that we use it as a titration, in which here I do have the acid in the Erlenmeyer flask, I do have the base in the burette, and I add base to acid until I reach the equivalence point, and in order to see also the colored end point in order to get the neutralized solution at the end. Okay. Therefore, in summary, what are the common properties of acids and bases? As for acids, they produce H+, whereas bases, they produce OH-. Both of them, they are electrolytes. The acids, the taste is sour, whereas the bases, they are bitter and chalky. As for the acids, they may stink. The other one is soapy and slippery, bases. This one, the acids, it turns red to blue. Sorry, blue to red. Whereas the bases, it turns from red to blue. If we use the indicator phenolphthalein, it will be turned colorless, whereas for the bases, it turns pink. As for neutralization, of course, the acid neutralizes the base and the base neutralizes the acid. Here I do have learning check for you. You are going to identify each of the following compounds as an acid or a base and give it a name. What about H3PO4 and H2CO3 ingredients in soft drinks? These are found in soft drink. Okay. A soft drink contains, therefore, phosphoric acid with carbonic acid. A sodium hydroxide, what about sodium hydroxide? Where is it used? It is used, it's a base, used in drain cleaners, sodium hydroxide. MgOH2, where do I find it? Already I had explained just a little bit before. It's a base used in antacid in order to relieve the stomach upset or to neutralize the extra acidity in the stomach. Thank you so much. I hope that you understood very well the lecture and you go back to. Thank you.